Jared, I heard that you were Ryan Gosling.
In a past life, yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
Yes.
Actually, joining us in the studio today is Ryan Gosling. We thought it was Jared Barr at first because they look so similar, but actually it was Ryan Gosling the whole time.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan. I have a kind of a whiny voice. Do you understand?
You little brat.
Okay, I'm not sure where to go with the bit from there.
Do you understand?
We're recording. I didn't realize it.
You have 5 minutes. Anything inside
Welcome
this
to
time?
the Movie Vault. My name's Ben Stanhope.
Oh, my cue. My name is Zach.
And my name is
Leewald.
Jared. Barr. This is going great.
And today we're reviewing Drive. Cool movie, Drive. Really, the play for this podcast would have been to like try to say the least words possible. But for an audio, like a medium that relies on audio only, that is very difficult to hold the listener's attention.
So instead, we'll do lots of moments of silence.
Including right now.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, dead air on radio is really
Lots
bad.
of long, awkward pauses. Okay, so
like that one.
So, for as long as we can actually muster. So, this movie was released in 2011. It was directed by Danish director Nicholas Winding Refn. And it stars Ryan Gosling, Carey Mulligan, Bryan Cranston, Ron Perlman, Oscar Isaac, Albert Brooks, and Christina Hendricks. This movie was made on a $15 million budget and made $80 million in the box office.
Wait, really?
I'm actually kind of surprised by that.
I thought it was like at least $2,000 they used to make this movie. Like I probably could have done the same. You know what? Never mind.
Well, the cameras, I will say, it seemed like the film quality was pretty high in terms of like the cameras. But yeah, it didn't seem like it was that. I mean, most of that budget was probably Ryan Gosling, right?
Yeah.
They probably paid him like
You're gonna pay me 80% of this revenue. Do you understand?
Or it was like, I feel like the play for these type of actors though is that like they got to be in an art house movie to prove their acting chops to everyone after being in like The Notebook for I don't know how many years.
Young Hercules or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Where he's like 16 years old, stomping on pterodactyls.
Yes, he has to prove his acting chops beyond that.
Although, I think Bryan Cranston didn't have to prove anything. He'd already done the first season of Breaking Bad.
Bryan Cranston, I have no idea why he was in this movie.
And Oscar Isaac, he's kind of newer.
Yeah,
to the big screen, right?
Yeah, this was probably a
breakout
role that helped him. Honestly, Carey Mulligan, I don't know that she had been in anything that really big, or really has been in anything that big since, other than she's in Wildlife. I know.
That's the love interest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen her before.
She was in Pride and Prejudice.
She looked very young, like very young, like
Let's
14.
do the math.
No, she looked 14 to me. I've seen a lot of 14-year-olds that look similar to her.
She's 36, so she would have been.
Don't say 14.
25.
Yeah, she looked 11 years younger.
I think. I disagree with you. I don't think she looked that young.
I think she did. She looked like she was Kylie Jenner's.
She did meet her husband when she was 17, which is a little creepy.
No, that's fine.
I mean,
how old is your husband?
Okay, he was
40?
like 20, right? So that's not that bad.
But it was illegal, as we know.
Illegal.
It's not illegal to talk to people and meet people.
Yes, it is.
It's illegal. Well, listen. We don't have to get into this.
Yeah. If you know it's illegal, I mean, you know it's wrong.
If you have to ask if it's illegal, then
there are clearly defined laws around this for a reason.
Yes. So anyway, to get into sort of the plot of the movie.
Off that note.
And now, brief moment of pause to set the mood.
Okay.
Ryan Gosling is a getaway driver. You have 5 minutes.
He's literally me.
He's yours in those 5 minutes. You can do anything you want. Okay, not anything you want, but he will drive you anywhere. If you get back to his car within 5 minutes.
I wonder if he's ever done contracts with like people who just want like a DoorDash. Like, hey man, can you like drive me to McDonald's and back? He's like,
I'll split the profits with you.
He's like, I'll take one Big Mac and 3 chicken nuggets, and not one more. Anything outside that window, you're on your own.
You're on your own.
He's like
pal.
waiting in a line of people at McDonald's, and he pulls up to the window, and it's like 5:01. He's like, all right, I'm out, and he doesn't pay. He just storms off.
Yeah. Or he's sitting outside and he watches as McDonald's employees shoots the DoorDash guy with a 12 gauge shotgun like through the back 3 times. That would be a little.
Can either die that way or eat a fish fillet. That's what I say. Those things are gross.
Either way, it'd kill you.
Yeah, that's
Like
That's
the
true.
poison.
One's just a faster death.
the fish fillet.
This podcast is brought to you and sponsored by McDonald's.
Wendy's.
Uh-oh.
Actually, Wendy's headquarters is like 20 minutes from here, so.
We should go on.
Location
knock
reveal.
On the desk and be like, Mr. Wendy, we'd like a proposition with you.
His name's Dave.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave.
He's
Is that
dead.
where Dave
Dave
Singleton's from?
Thomas.
Yeah.
Wendy Thomas is, well, I don't know if her last name's Thomas anymore, but her name's actually Wendy. She's still around, I think. She does not look like the picture though.
No freckles.
No freckles.
No hair.
Yeah, I think she has hair.
I'm thoroughly depressed. Thanks for ruining my world. My Wendy'sology is
Well, yeah.
thrown out the window.
Wendy's. Anyway, I don't think we mentioned this like directly, but Jared, we say he looks like Ryan Gosling, but we're actually not joking. He's actually wearing the jacket from the movie currently. I wish we were videoing this. we should post this on our Instagram, his jacket.
Yeah.
So
We actually should, because he went all out.
Yeah.
It's the only time I'm going to wear this. I am throwing it in the garbage as soon as this podcast is over. I hate it.
I mean, he literally got his jacket and plastic surgery just for today.
I looked like Gary Coleman before, and I looked like Ryan Gosling. I was a good surgeon.
Gary Coleman is. I was like, who?
He's a short dude.
Wow. So we got
So they got some ligament surgery too.
inserted an entire.
Wait, do they do
bit of
that?
bone marrow.
Melanin replacement.
Do they do surgery like that? Like where you can get taller?
Probably.
They do, but it's like you can't get that much taller. I don't think. Like
Okay.
it's only like a couple inches.
Like a stretcher?
But it could be a real difference for those 5'11" kings who want to be 6'1".
Oh, Ben, shut up. And you, Jared.
There's hope for you guys out
The
there.
difference between me and a 5'11" guy is like an immense chasm.
Yeah. You could reach the tall shelves and
Yeah.
are attractive in the eyes of women. But if you're 1 inch shorter of 6 foot, you are nothing. You are dead and
You have to
desolate.
lie your whole life about being.
You're
6
a
foot.
leper.
You are someone who someone will settle with one day.
Yeah.
You better get used to that. So enjoy getting married at 35.
So that means you'll have to settle too.
Why is that?
Because you'll both have to settle with each other. Because there ain't no way you getting the better one.
It's true. Well, yeah, it's true. If you're 5'11", the only hope in life you have is at least a divorcee with 3 children. So, just putting that out
The
there.
cruel reality. The cruel reality of life. Or you could become like this guy and you could be a massive simp, which is what this movie is all about.
He's not a... Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
But he does it on his terms.
yeah, that's true. He does. I mean, it's very noble.
It's not... You're not a simp if there's actual chemistry and it's working out for you.
That's true.
He
Nah, you're a
literally
simp.
he literally got her to commit adultery, so...
Oh, I mean,
Wow, win for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he kissed her on the elevator, and he kind of like. I mean, she definitely wanted to kiss him, but like he like really initiated that, and then I mean, we might as well just cut to this part of the movie.
Yeah.
So, in the middle of the movie, the highlight of the film is, I would say, the most influential shot in the movie, probably, the one that you think of when you think of this movie. He kisses Ryan Gosling, who doesn't have a name. He's just called the driver.
No, he's saying the name
Yeah.
after he. So the verb came at before.
Okay.
So Ryan Gosling isn't kissing another person.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
They're explaining this to me, but I thought they were explaining it to the viewer, but I'm actually the one confused.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Ryan Gosling kisses Carey Mulligan's character. Okay. In the elevator with the pool cue. Okay, this is not a murder. This is not Clue. So anyway,
In the parlor.
after this sequence happens where he passionately kisses her in the elevator, then he stomps out a dude to death with his shoe. Well, I mean, just like he just stomps him to death.
honestly, he had the sequence of events correct. Like, if he did it the other way around, he is not getting that kiss.
No, I don't think that's happening. But in order to build to that event, we have to backtrack a little and talk about Driver.
I just want to say before, like, respect to that dude, like homeboy in there. Let him have his moment before he got brained by the cuff of his boot. I
Yeah.
mean,
I
coulda-
wouldn't punch someone while they're kissing someone though. That's uncomfortable.
That's true.
Yeah.
Why did he wait so long? Like, why did that dude wait so long?
because it was
a hom-
uncomfortable.
He's a bro, dude.
He bro code, I guess.
Yeah, bro code. Get your brain smashed out after you let your homeboy kiss.
But like
his
he
girl.
was a terrible hitman. I mean, didn't he have a gun?
He had a
and
gun.
he just let him like
He's like,
manhandle him basically.
Sorry, wrong floor. 7 minutes later, as they're going down this eternal elevator,
How big do you think the building was? They never actually showed the building. It's pretty tall.
it had a parking garage.
What was his number? It was like 4. So were they on the 4th floor?
Yeah.
That's the longest floor.
It takes like 5 seconds to get 4 stories.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a really old elevator.
It could have been just an ancient elevator. Absolutely atrociously old.
What?
I'm just laughing. Just like we're trying to figure out the elevator in the movie. There's so much more to talk about.
Okay, how about I explain the beginning. So he falls in love with this girl for like 30 minutes and I was bored. But then I thought this movie was just going to be about that. But then all the bloody stuff happens and then that's all I remember.
Standard gets back from prison. So this woman is married. She's a married woman, but her husband is in jail. She has a name too. That's the thing. I shouldn't just be calling her the woman the whole time. But regardless, she has a son named Benicio. And really, this is a Andrea and Brock situation from Breaking Bad. Like the driver, he not only likes the mom, I guess you could say, but he also likes he enjoys the company of the kid, who's just an adorable kid who doesn't know much and is just messing around and just living a good life that a kid should live.
I wish we had at least 3 more scenes with Ryan putting that boy to bed.
That's what's her name.
Oh, yeah,
Irene.
I wish we had 3 more scenes of him just putting Benicio to bed. Or like carrying.
3 full scenes of him.
Well, we already
putting him to
have like
bed?
3 full scenes of that kid like falling asleep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it was just touching to me. I'm like, oh yeah, dad moment.
Because his dad is in jail, so he doesn't really have a father figure. So his neighbor steps in, and
As good neighbors do,
as good neighbors do, fills the role of the father.
and makes your wife commit adultery.
Yes. Well, no, he didn't make her.
Isn't
She
this how
chose
all adulteries
that.
happen?
Hey, treat your neighbor how
Hey,
you
I
treat
watched
yourself.
a good movie called In the Mood for Love, and it's a Hong Kong flick, and it's basically about adultery, but it's
Nice.
about adultery from the perspective of the people who are being cheated on, and they become friends. Great movie. Anyway, we're getting off track though. So after this happens, so it's all going smoothly. They're going on drives. Irene is saying he had such a good time, and just looking at him like, oh man, he's like Ryan Gosling. He doesn't say anything. He's so hot.
Yeah, but she was sneaky though. She just showed up at his place to like. That's kind of. I wouldn't like that.
You're talking about at the
Yeah,
Yeah.
before they went on to the
Speaking
creek.
of fathers, the driver has a father himself who's not his actual father.
Ooh, you talking about Cranston?
A Walter White situation.
So it fits the Andrea Brock type thing because he would be the Jesse.
Yeah. So yeah. What's his face? Bryan Cranston plays Shannon, who's he's a mechanic, stunt car driver, director.
He walked up when they first met, and he's like, "Boy, we need to drive."
Yeah, there was a line in the movie where it's like, "You just need to drive." Movie title alert.
Yeah, he said it. He said it.
Anyway, so and somehow, I don't know how this works, but Shannon is connected to the mafia in L.A. through his friend Bernie, who's played by Albert Brooks. Bernie is connected in the mob with this Jewish guy named Nino, who owns a pizza place, and so they're mob pals. And the idea is that Shannon's starting a racing team, and he wants to get some money, so he goes to the mob to get money.
Yeah.
Shannon gives him the $300K or whatever, and he has a driver. That's the whole thing. They have a driver.
The thing that
who can
cracks me up
drive.
about this is they did this after they broke the crap out of his pelvis the first time. I think if I lost one pelvis, I'd be like, all right, You know what?
This guy's not my friend.
I think I'm done dealing with these guys.
Well-
I'm not going to go in their line of business anymore.
Technically, he said that it was Nino's friends who did it. So, like, Nino and Shannon weren't necessarily involved in it, but, like, they didn't also protect him from their business associates. So
Guilty by association. I'm not. If I was Cranston's character, if I was Shannon, I'd stay the heck out of that.
No, I agree with you. That is kind of dumb of him.
Well, it seems like the thing is that that Shannon's character is a little bit desperate. Like he has this like internal drive to do something
Oh, he said it.
successful, but he's just had a bad luck, like Bernie says, bad luck his whole life, and he feels like this is the thing that can finally, you know, lift him off, and he can finally feel like he's achieved what he actually wants to out of life, because it was kind of out of luck that he got this driver to begin with, right? So that's what he wants, and he's just, you know, a nice guy. It's kind of weird that he's associated with the mob, but you know, it is what it is.
Everybody has.
He does help.
flaws.
He does help Driver as a getaway driver. So clearly, he's not too against criminal activities. But Standard gets back from prison. Big party. He finds out that there might be some sort of situationship between the neighbor and his wife. And he kind of seems like obviously a little like aggressive at first.
How dare he be protective of his wife?
Yeah. And then we find that Standard is beat up in the parking garage because he has made some pals in prison who he owes money to, and they're raising the rates on him. The only way he can get it back is through a bank holdup, and this is where the movie kind of takes a turn, because the bank robber, or it's a pawn shop.
Pawn shop.
It's supposed to only be like $40K. Easy, nice little stick up. There's like, they have the whole thing. They have the girl who's like, I don't even know. I guess she was just part of it. I thought they might do like the distraction thing where you like send in the
They just
girl.
needed someone to shoot in the head.
Yeah.
For the movie.
Right. But anyway, she walks out with $1 million, I think, in cash. Which you're like, why, how does the pawn shop have that much money? And Standard gets walloped, and then
That means shot and riddled with bullets.
yeah,
Oh.
and killed very violently. So he's just dead. And there's a big car chase with a Chrysler 300 versus a
Mustang. Ford Mustang.
What an American car chase that is. Like, I feel like Chrysler 300s are like, were they cool in 2011?
I don't think they're ever cool.
Yeah, like that is not a cool car.
Hey.
Mustangs are always cool.
Like, not cool people think that Chrysler 300s are cool.
Aw.
Sorry to anybody who liked Chrysler 300.
Watch everybody who listens to this drive one of those, Ben.
all two people.
Yes. So one of them is
No,
half
no.
of them.
Well, that was the last of our listener. We finally said the last thing that would alienate the last listener. So we might as well just call it a day now. So this is the Standard dies. Everything's going crazy.
So his name's Standard?
Yeah, his name's Standard.
Why?
Like Standard Oil. Like that's his name.
Is that like his nickname?
No, that's his. I mean, it could be, but like.
Is that like...
Remember the joke that he said he introduced himself to Irene and he was like, "Hi, my name's Standard."
Yes.
And she said, "Where's the deluxe version?"
I mean, it's kind of funny, but that's a dumb name.
Well, yeah, it is I mean, I don't know.
Isn't
Like,
that the most awkward dinner party you could ever go to? You have two mute characters and a child with a criminal in the room. Well, a dude who just got out of prison. So you could just imagine it. Imagine this setting right now. The three of us around a table, and one of us is just doing all the talking. And then he goes, babe, tell him about the time we met. And then it's just that's your...
oh, that's right. This
that's the
dinner
entire
party
dinner.
with
Yeah.
I call it the two husbands and the wife, because like it seemed like they were. I mean, obviously it's kind of tongue in cheek. Like he wasn't actually like married or even close to that level with her, but like it did seem like two people who like equally cared about her, but were like, I mean, they didn't care about each other that much. I don't think, other than that. Like I feel like his protection of Standard was primarily because him being in trouble put Irene and Benicio at risk. Other than that, I don't know that he cared too much about him.
It reminded me of Daddy's Home. The movie? Oh, it's Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. And like one of them's the stepdad and they co-dad.
Okay.
Team Dad.
Yeah.
Did one of them just get out of prison? Is that?
Yeah, I think Mark Wahlberg's character went to prison.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I thought. I didn't actually watch the movie, but it's probably would be worth a watch at some point.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you could skip it if you want.
Yeah, so they're like co-parenting and they're like sitting at the table together. Yeah, just incredibly awkward interaction.
You almost want to like him, but then there's like he just kind of comes off weird.
I feel like they both are like not necessarily. I mean, Driver he's literally me, but at the same time, he's like not exactly. He's like perfect in terms of like he's like the ideal man relationally. I don't even know.
Are you? No, he's not. Maybe you think he is, but when they were just staring at each other's eyes for like 10 minutes, that was so cringy. That was so awkward.
Communication's like not that good.
No, I mean,
I don't know. I think they're communicating.
That-
They're just not talking.
I think that's true too. But like that's annoying and pretentious. I think that just got me mad.
You're just like you're sitting there watching. You're just like, would one of you just say one word?
Yes,
so we could get this going.
or give me subtitles of their thoughts. I'm bored.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does this mean?
I put in double speed for that.
The thing about this movie is that it shows you that you don't need to write an elaborate script with snappy dialogue to make a good movie. You can make a good movie just showing shots of LA and cars and Ryan Gosling with a blank facial expression for like an hour and a half. And that's all you need. Like, anybody's excuses for why they can't make a good movie are gone now.
You just need the iconic line in there. Do you understand?
After every sentence.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I like the only time he talks is when he threatens a random guy at a diner. It's just the funniest
I will
thing
kick
ever.
your teeth down your throat.
Until you swallow them, and I'll shut it for you. It's just like okay.
Didn't he say like it was good to see you after that?
No, I don't remember. It was
He
like
said
this
something like that, yeah.
dude starts talking to him. He's just enjoying his time, wearing his denim jacket, drinking a coffee, and then he just threatens this guy. I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean, they're obviously portraying him as a psychopath. I mean,
I don't think so.
Yeah, he
I think
is.
they're portraying him as somebody who doesn't understand his emotions. Because he's attached to Benicio and Irene. He is.
yeah.
But he's a loner, so he doesn't I think it's talking more about isolation than anything. Because
Maybe.
like this guy has not shared any real thoughts with anybody for like presumably his entire life. He's just
Yeah, but he doesn't seem like
lives
he had the
alone.
urge.
what?
It seemed like he was, I don't know. He seemed like a
He was-
psychopath to me.
Let's spend some time on this because I think there's something here. I think there's an intentional reason why obviously there is. Everything's intentional in movies, but like I think the reason why he's like that is because my take is he's just in his mind he wants to be this ideal like character. Like he never has any other personality other than like the cool stunt driver. That's why he does all the things he does, and he has this persona about him. I also think that's like it might be linked to why he wears the mask.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah, what the heck? Like, why is he wearing that thing when he's going to go kill Nico?
So that he's disguised, right?
But he didn't need it. Everyone knew who he was.
That's true. He's wearing the stupid scorpion jacket.
I think he was hurting and he didn't want anyone to see.
And then the scorpion jacket, he quoted the scorpion and the frog.
Yeah.
The frog didn't make it to the other side, or whatever. I think
Do you understand?
isn't the parable like there's a scorpion and a frog, and like the scorpion tries to get the frog to go to the other side, and he keeps saying no, and he finally convinces him, and then he like stings him halfway across the river, or it's like something like that. It's like the basic
Dang old scorpion?
rundown of I think it might be an Aesop's fable, if you know those bad boys. That's like the crow and the fox.
I grew up
and,
without morals, so
Sorry.
never got fables.
I guess this is what I got with homeschooling. I understand Aesop's fables.
But I think he's supposed to be this giant. I think his whole persona is stuck on an action character.
yeah.
So that's why I think he's a stunt driver. He
Yes.
does all these things. He doesn't emote. He's just this character.
And that's why they play the song Real Human Being when he's with Benicio and Irene, because being with them finally makes him a real human being, where before he was just a character in a movie.
Yeah. So I think he's coming out of the psychopath for sure. But I also think the mask thing was because he didn't want anyone to see his pain.
All the stoners in the audience just lost their mind right now.
We figured out this movie, I
That's-
think. 20 minutes in, we started out
We did
rough,
it.
but we got on the groove and we got it now.
All right, we're done. Let's go home. That was fun.
I don't have a home.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Every movie is a puzzle to be solved, right? That's my biggest.
Is that the guy's iconic? Is that the movie vault's iconic saying?
It's
Oh, we
not.
should make a
Every
tagline.
movie is a puzzle to be solved.
Brought to you by the movie vault.
We're clipping that. We're gonna put that in front of every. We need a soundboard with sound bites, and then we can play
Yes.
that one.
No, can I do that?
Yeah, that would be. Epic.
Can I get a board
That's
that
like
has
the best
buttons?
thing to
It's
get.
just all going to be me going,
Lightsaber battle.
Ooh, lightsaber battle.
No, actually, I want to get that. I'll spend money on that.
We'll figure out how to do it.
oh,
yeah.
it's easy. Yeah.
We can ask your friend that we talked about.
Yeah.
But I'm not kidding when I say this. I hated that mask. I wish it wasn't in the movie.
Why?
I hated it.
It
Why?
looks kind of.
Maybe they
so
couldn't
weird.
afford Ryan Gosling for that many scenes, so it wasn't him.
It wasn't. I'd be convinced.
Really?
They call that what is it? Uncanny Valley or whatever, and something like so close to reality, but there's something off about it. It just drives your like mental process
Yeah.
insane
Yeah.
as you're trying to interpret what the heck you're looking at. Like I think it's a human. It has all the aspects of a human, but there's something off. And like you could tell, like his entire face is rubber. I hate that mask. I wish it was gone.
Because it's creepy or because
Well, they
you'd
could have had
rather...
a way cooler mask if they were going to go with the mask.
I think
right?
they're going with the creepy with the.
But why didn't you like it?
It's just creepy.
It's because it's creepy, okay.
So
Not because you
got
wanted
me.
more Ryan.
No, well,
You want to see yourself. I know.
I want to see more Ryan.
He's like, is this a mirror or a movie?
And I'll end this battle right now. Ryan Gosling is eons better than Ryan Reynolds. He is a better actor. He's better looking.
Ooh.
He has a better personality.
Hot take.
Okay, I don't know, but I mean, they're like completely different in terms of their personality. But I prefer Ryan Gosling.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Reynolds is way funnier.
Well, he's way funnier. Yes.
And that's like
Have you ever watched The Nice Guys though? Ryan Gosling can be funny.
I watched what was the guy? New guy. What's
Free
the
Guy.
Free Guy?
Free guy.
Yeah, but that's not a representative movie of...
I watched that in Deadpool, nothing else. I don't watch movies, guys.
Deadpool is a movie.
Wait. Yeah, it is a movie.
But I don't think that... I don't even know. Because they're in different genres of... Like, they also... Okay, they're each in all genres, right?
Listen.
So I think some would do better, and the other one would do better in different genres.
Here's Reynolds in every no, here's Gosling in every movie. It's, hey, I'm Ryan. I've got no personality. I talk like this. Even in La La Land, he's like, hey, what's up?
Wait, you watch Rock
And then here's Reynolds. Man, that smells like unicorn farts. I love this. And that's every character he plays.
That
so
was
you
a
have,
Free Guy.
hey, it's hey, my name's Ryan Gosling. It's pretty cool. Do you understand? And then Reynolds is, wow, everything is colorful and shiny. I'm going to say this weird exposition now.
Did you get to watch the Adam Project or whatever it's called?
Mm-mm.
I wanted to watch that. That's the new one with Adam. Not Adam. What did I just say? The Deadpool guy. I just can't remember. Ryan Reynolds. I'm thinking of Adam Reynolds for a second.
The Adam Project with Adam. Driver.
No, I wanted to watch that because that was a more serious role for him. And I'm not used to that. I've only really seen his funny roles. So maybe Ben's right. Maybe Ryan Reynolds doesn't have
all
it.
of Ryan Gosling's roles, though. I mean, Jared's kind of right. Like if you've ever seen Blade Runner 2049,
Yes.
he's like exactly this character. Like exactly. Like there's no difference.
He's literally me.
He's also literally me in that movie.
If you guys aren't aware of the meme, just look it up and you'll understand.
Yeah, Sigma male.
Sigmas represent.
Like Sigma male movies, American Psycho, Drive, Nightcrawler. What are some other big ones? It's not. I feel like Taxi Driver is not as like. I don't know why people throw that one in there, but those kind of movies. Fight Club, obviously. Those are Sigma male movies. So not alpha male, not beta male, Sigma male. It's different.
They don't need appreciation from people. They stay off the social hierarchy ladder and they just do their own thing.
Which puts them at the bottom.
And a lot of times it's killing people in graphic fashion, according to these
You
movies.
can't be at the bottom, Zach, if you're not on it, okay?
Hey, I'm not on a ladder, but I know I'm not on a rung.
You can't be on the bottom if you're like not even in the same place as what you would consider the bottom to be. So
Well, it depends on your sea level. But yeah.
So how there's a couple cool car chases, but with car chases come car crashes, and with car crashes comes Hedman England Agency to cover and save your tail, your rear end during an accident. So they're known for saving people money on auto, home, and business insurance. Call them at 614-486-7300. That's 614-486-7300. And if you call them, make sure you tell them that Ben and Zach and Jared sent you, and we'll send you
And Ryan Gosling.
And Ryan Gosling.
and we'll send you
understand?
cardboard cutouts of ourselves which are still on the table. So
And one of Jared's. Like, no, I'm not doing
you
that.
just need to call them too. Like you don't, you don't even have to like
Wait,
actually
really?
buy insurance, but you should. But we'll give you the cardboard cutouts regardless.
If you
We're
buy
really-
2 insurances, you get one of me.
yeah, 2 insurances get you a Ryan Gosling cardboard.
If you
cutout.
buy 3 insurances, you get.
I think they're probably insurance plans or something. We're probably not referring to them as the right.
No, they're
thing.
quantitative. And if you buy 3, you get 2 Jareds, 1 Ben, 2 Zachs, and then yeah, that's it.
And my
there's only
spare
3 of
pocket
us.
change.
Yeah,
I can't promise that.
he doesn't have enough money.
Hmm.
Although he was telling us that our sound box is really really dirt cheap and that he could buy like 10 of them.
I'm not joking when I say this, and this is no way a flex. But my jacket that I'm wearing right now, that was made in a sweatshop, costs just as much as the audio system here.
Which might tell you why we have so many errors on the Movie Vault, because
Of sweatshops.
we have a ragtag setup. Ragtag. We do our best, but our best is probably not good enough. I'm sorry,
we
audience.
make it work.
We do make it work though, because what really matters is the 3 of us right here, right now, talking. A little mid-podcast pep talk. We can do this. All right, we're back at it.
Aw.
You know who never needed a pep talk though?
Who?
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
In this movie, he just cerebrally knew what to do.
Well, because he wasn't on the social ladder. Like you don't need like praise from people if you don't desire it. So,
I know that's a really powerful thing.
So I also wanted to say, while we're still on the Ryan thing, one of my favorite two favorite scenes from this entire movie. One is in like just the beginning where he's introduced as a stunt driver and he's putting on the mask and all that. Before he puts on the mask, he's wearing just a police officer uniform.
Yes,
It just
that's
does this
great.
low shot up from like the ground and then just him walking with his aviators on. Like this is the most beautiful man alive.
I thought he was a cop at that scene. I was like, this guy's
I
a cop.
wanted
That's-
him to be a cop.
That's why they did that shot, because they
I
wanted to
figured.
trick you into thinking, oh man, during the night he's a getaway driver, and during the day he's a cop.
He's
But
a man on the inside. He's a dirty cop.
But really, he's just a dirty guy.
Yeah.
He's a dirtbag.
I
And
think.
then,
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say my second scene is when he's walking down the alley with that hammer, and he's going to meet the not the Nico guy, but the other dude who ran like a strip club or whatever.
Uh-huh.
He's like carrying the hammer. He's got blood everywhere, and he's just walking with like no shame.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's the same angle and everything of him as a police officer. He's just wearing another pair of aviators and his bloodstained scorpion jacket and a hammer.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, after we've gotten to the elevator sequence in the things, because he gets very upset after everything doesn't go to plan, and Irene and Benicio are potentially in danger because guess who? Shannon told Nino that Irene and Benicio were special to Driver, and that was why he was doing this. Because otherwise, he would have thought he was just doing it for the money, which means he would have just gone after Driver. So, of course, Shannon completely messes everything up, and Driver's pretty upset about this, but he can handle it. He's a big boy. He can clean up other
Blood.
people's messes and his own messes, I guess, technically. But Nino is involved in this because the money was actually from the East Coast mob being stored at the pawn shop. Nino didn't want it there. He stole it, which Bernie is mad at him because he's like, why would you do that? We can't steal from within the family. And Nino's like, well, they're racist. And he's like, well, that sucks, but you can't do that. And he murders this guy in front of him and says, go clean up my mess. Like, as an analogy. He murders the guy as an analogy for like, now you can clean up my mess.
Now you're cleaning up after me.
I was like, that is one of the most...
I just think it's so funny, like this massive character who Ron Perlman is, playing this big personality in a movie, is crying about racism, which is like motivating him to do all these like reckless things. I think it's so
Well, it
weird.
shows, I think, that at the core, that people are, like, things will affect people, and they'll lash out in different ways. So because like he wants respect, he's in the mob and he's not getting respect. So he's not necessarily crying about like if they were like singling him out for some other reason, he would be upset too. But they're singling him out because he's Jewish, which he can't control. So he's upset about it. He's like, this is stupid and I deserve the respect. They're not giving me it. And so he goes
crimes.
And so he goes out. Well, I mean, he's already committing crimes, so he's already
It's a non-issue.
He's already broke bad. He doesn't have to go down that journey. So I think it kind of makes sense, although it does seem a little petty. And maybe a little bit irrational at the same time. But these are criminals, so they're not always the most rational people. If they were, organized criminals would never get caught, but they get greedy and they get prideful.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna say something random. I think my favorite part was when the little kid was on the couch and he had that bullet, and Ryan Gosling comes up and he's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And he's like, "Eh," and then he's like, a glass of water. I thought that was sweet. I know it's dumb, like it's just stupid, but I thought it was sweet.
Do you want something to drink?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say no to that too. Like, don't ask me normally, but yeah, it was good.
He's all he knows how to do because it was offered to him. So he's like, okay, this is a fun gesture. I'll put this in my pocket and save it for a time that needs it. Here, kid, that was just threatened, handed a bullet. You want some water? Do you understand?
The kid's like, with lemon, please.
Coming right up.
So basically what happens after this is Nino gets whacked by a driver who follows him out of a party, why he's having a party in his pizza shop, like while he has this guy on the lease. I have no idea. It seems pretty like dumb.
Yeah.
And he gets him off the highway and then he like sideswipes him or like just directly hits him off of the cliff and then he drowns him in the ocean. It's pretty intense.
I just don't understand that either. Now that you mention it, it's like, hey, I got all my stripper babes with me. Hey, you want to go hang out in my pizza shop? It's just going to be us, like 6 people. It'll be fun.
It'll be a good time.
We're not even going to turn on the lights.
We'll give you a... Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, that didn't really make sense. Like, he's got all of this stuff going on, and he's just thinking about like throwing a party. Like, I don't know.
Why did the driver walk up to the pizza shop with the mask on just to walk away?
I think he wanted to make sure that he was there. So
Okay.
doing his due diligence,
Just,
or he just wanted to get a good look at him. I don't know. It could be anything, really.
it's the mask is almost believable because it looks like a dude's just like confused. He's got his mouth agape, just looking like a moron. Like, is this the right place? I could have swore this is left on Cherry Street. Oh,
Yeah.
This is not the pizza shop.
Location
Just walks away.
reveal. Also, I loved when he drowned him, the mob boss at the end. That was like one of my favorite things ever. Just like not the morbidity of it, but just like it was cool to see him. Okay.
Well, you have the lighthouse like flashing, and he's just sitting. He's just standing there.
Well,
at
it's
the
like
edge.
he like goes into the ocean, like he's like would rather go into the ocean than face driver. Like he's like already going.
You can't kill me if I'm already dead.
I thought that was so stupid too. I was like,
Bye.
why is he run that sideways?
Maybe
He was
he
running
thought
right
a
into the
dolphin-
water.
Well,
Maybe he thought
maybe-
a dolphin would pick him up. and
Maybe
save
you
him.
heard about the guy who got stomped out and was like, I don't want to die that way.
I don't know. There was a better way to, because I don't know. He could have ran anywhere else, but he goes in the
talk about
water.
the girl whose head just got murked. Like,
I'm pretty sure Nika was talking in like sonar, like trying to get it like Shamu to come up and like rescue him. He's like, going,
I was so confused,
Yeah,
and it
he's just
zoomed
trying
out. It was a good shot.
yeah.
yeah.
It was
But it's not, strings are not all the way closed, unfortunately, even though he has disposed of Nino. That's not good enough because Bernie is still out and he offers him a deal. He says, well, after he kills Shannon by slitting him in the wrist and saying it's not going to hurt at all.
Oh, that
Is
was
true,
gross.
Zach?
That I don't know, but it was gross. It was so gross.
What's like the artery that runs up and
Yeah.
down this way?
Uh,
Down the road, not across the street.
I feel like that would hurt.
yeah, I don't know. Does he cut a nerve? Is that why he said?
I don't know. I didn't.
Like, I-
I don't
it's
remember.
Like you have this massive. Listen,
Well, it's
the
you bleed
doctors
out,
listening
right?
to this, please correct me. But you have this massive artery going up and down your wrists. So like, if you cut that thing, you're done. Like that's just
Yeah.
that's a fact.
Yeah, that's a common way to kill, but I don't know. I don't know if it wouldn't feel pain.
It was probably the most graphic death, I would say, because you could see like the muscle. And
I don't know.
Oh, bro, I hate that stuff. Like I hate the slow like little, zip, and then you could just see the cut. I'm like, oh,
Because you could barely the stomp
just
out. They
shoot him
didn't
in the
really
head.
show.
I feel like the shot in the head when her brains exploded.
Okay, that was probably the worst. Yeah,
That was beautiful.
because
No,
it
I
was
don't
in
have
like
an issue
slow motion and it just like
Yeah, that's cinematography right there. The blood and guts flying everywhere.
Yeah,
I just like.
I think that's Ruffin's biggest strong. It's a weird strong point to have, but I've never seen somebody who's so good at gore in movies and makes it look so like picturesque while it's happening.
I just like the crazy look on his face, on the driver's face, when he picks up the shotgun and shoots the guy, and he's like covered in all this just blood. He looks like a different person in that scene. I just didn't understand. I was like, wait, okay. Well,
he has
did
more
it.
than just a blank expression on his face, maybe.
He was almost smiling.
And then they play real human being after he kills people.
That's
I'm just
funny.
kidding.
No, he was almost smiling with the blood all over his face in the hotel room. Did you see that? He like looks after he shot him. There's blood all over his face, and he's like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that scene I'm talking about where I was like,
he was like happy about it.
I just think he looked deranged.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could say he's deranged, but he's not really. Although,
Really? He just killed a bunch of
he
people.
stomped out. Like, he kills people, and you like understand why he's killing them. But actually, the person in the elevator he didn't really have to kill. Like,
No, I think you had to kill that dude first.
no,
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
dude
he had
in
to
the
kill the
elevator.
guy with the shotgun. He was going to shoot him. That's
The elevator
That's
knew-
stand your ground.
Well, he saw that guy had a gun and was going to shoot him. So
Yeah. Plus, he knew where you lived and your girl.
That's a good point.
He threatened his girl, man.
Yeah.
I would have killed him. No, I wouldn't have. I can't say that.
I would have kissed him and then kill him.
He would have been.
Referring to Ryan Gosling.
He would have been so confused. He'd
I'm
been
here to
like,
whack you, but that was delightful. Hey, is that your boot?
That would have taken him off guard.
On the
I
ground?
guarantee
This is
you.
escalating.
he's like, this is going too fast. Stop! You're already stomping on my head. We're already at stage 3.
Yeah. This is fourth base.
Foot to face.
The girl just leaves because she's uncomfortable.
She's like,
I don't think this is where I foresaw this going.
she's like, I left my husband for you. Are you joking?
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I found out, not to change it entirely, but a lot of Bryan Cranston's lines were improv because they had like 81 pages of the script. So they didn't have enough lines for Cranston. So they just had him improv stuff to make the driver seem more, quiet and believable. So like the scene where they're walking through the garage and he's showing off all the cars in the opening, he's just like, yeah, here's all this stuff. Are you a smoker? No, of course you're not. Good, it's better off that way. Like, oh, that's not written.
But like he had to like answer for him because he wasn't gonna answer himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and he's just the thing is, it's so hard to not see Walter White when you see Bryan Cranston. Like, I know it was like a little bit different character, but like a lot of the mannerisms, they gave him a limp so that he wouldn't like look like, but like a lot of the mannerisms and stuff are like very similar. He just doesn't get that deranged Walter White, like, I'm gonna cook blue meth, I love it so much, kind of thing.
So for the millennials in the audience, I apologize. The other two in this room with me are Gen Z. They don't know
Yes.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Yes, we do. Or I do.
I don't, but he is in
90s sitcom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
And
it.
he was
Right.
wasn't he like kind of goofy in that?
He was the stereotypical stupid dad that just he's the old curmudgeon and mom's always right, and yeah.
Yeah, the whole it's like Jerry from Rick and
Backyard
Morty, not that bad.
barbecue kind of guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Backyard BBQ. That's
Yeah.
what I like to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was that, which is why it was probably a little shocking when he became Walter White, because it's like, wow, that guy can do this.
Jesse, we need a cook.
Jesse, you don't understand. Jesse,
I am the danger.
that.
I love it when he
That
yells
line.
at her. Not like in general, that's weird, but
Go
like in
on.
that one, in that scene. Anyway, that's Breaking Bad though.
Do you like the domestic abuse situations, Zach? Is that what you're
No,
talking-
no, I like the plot. And if that's
Domestic
part of the
abuse.
plot, then sure, but no, not in general.
I don't know. This movie list you sent me before the show, it's all movies that have domestic abuse in it. So.
No, this is what I'll say. I told Ben, I watched about a half hour and then I was on the phone with Ben and I said, this movie's kind of boring so far. Like, it's literally just a
Told me
love
He
story.
was 28 minutes in, and I knew exactly where he was. I was like, Zach, it's gonna pick up. Don't worry.
Yeah, and it did pick up because like then he stomped that, or they got shot in the head, and I was like, oh, it's okay, that's cool. But
Yeah.
I think the gore helped with with the boringness. So I think it
A
did.
little bit of gore to wet your tongue.
I'm not gonna lie, because it made the plot it made the stakes a little bit higher instead of like, will they, won't they? It's just
Yeah,
kind of.
that's true. You add a lot of like
Yeah.
life or death.
And when Oscar Isaac got shot, that was surprising. I was like, woo, man, that sucks.
Yeah, I feel like you don't really expect that. Yeah,
I
And
love Oscar Isaac.
And Bernie and him, they make a deal. They meet up. He gives him the money, and then Bernie stabs him in the stomach.
But then he lives.
Yeah, and then he kills Bernie. because
Yeah, but he gets stabbed in the
somehow
stomach
he gets
too.
stabbed in the stomach, but he's like fine and he just drives away. And then the whole thing is that like he can't see Irene because he's gonna be looking over his shoulder his whole life. But I don't understand this point. Why is he looking over his shoulder? Like, I know maybe he can't live in LA or be around Benicio and Irene, but like, is the mob that big that like he's in South Dakota and the mob is like hunting him down?
Maybe they'll just track him.
That's true. They probably have somebody you can track. But he doesn't seem. He seems like somebody who could like disappear. You don't even know his name.
Well, I don't think that. I think it would be like they just send one guy to follow him.
yeah.
It wouldn't be like they have guys everywhere.
Well, yeah, I know, but once he kills that guy,
I mean, I think once you whack the mob boss, you're good.
well, there's bigger mob bosses to worry about. It.
Always, there's always.
I don't imagine like this dude was on a conference call and being like, "Hey man, there's this driver's going around. He's like kissing girls and killing elevator guys. Like, just watch out for him. Here's his description." I don't think I just don't see that happening.
Well, that's what
The
happened.
beat report for the mob is like they got like, or you know, they have the mob's most wanted top 10.
They have a WhatsApp group me.
Oh, WhatsApp.
Well, because they're global organization, so they
Yeah.
gotta do the WhatsApp.
And iMessage wasn't as popular back then.
It's true. I don't even think they had iPhones.
they did.
Ew.
No,
But
okay. If they had,
they didn't use them in the movie though.
yeah, they definitely had iPhones.
Even the movie was set in like 2009 because that
Oh my goodness.
that Chevy Impala looked
The
2
Dark
years
Ages.
before. No, I'm just kidding. The Impala could have been 2011 too.
I think it's a little bit later because the Mustang GT was a little bit of a newer model.
That's true. It was set in real time. I
Oh,
believe.
yeah.
Although the one video that I didn't actually finish that you sent, we mentioned like the 80s inspired like synthwave.
Oh,
It was interesting because I think most of
Yes.
it was actually like 2000 like music of the era, but it was like retro music, like throwbacks kind of stylings to the 80s.
yeah, like it could fit both categories of like new or old. I'm a sucker for synthwave anything like that. Just put it up a whole point in my review. Like I just love,
Listen to
I love
my
everything
life.
synthwave.
Yeah.
But,
What's your favorite synthwave band?
I don't know the band, but there's a song that I'm obsessed with. It's called Night Riders. Like I can find it right now while we're chatting, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's on my official Spotify playlist.
Official link in bio.
Yeah. at your own demise.
And subscribe down below for more content
Uh,
on YouTube
And follow us on Instagram at the Movie Vault Pod and email us
at
at the
Gmail.
Movie Vault Pod at gmail.com.
at AOL.com.
AOL.
and text us at no.
I'm doxing Zach.
Fury Weekend is the
Fury Weekend.
Yeah.
See, this is not a hole of music or rabbit hole of music that I've gone down.
throw an overlay of that just in the as we're talking here, and everyone get their like endorphin levels up.
Sounds like a laser tag.
My mind goes to like you're on a robotic dragon about to enter the realm of
Darkness.
darkness. You're about to enter the internet and fight all the viruses.
What is this, Wreck-It Ralph?
I don't know. I just
This reminds me of Tron,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, we reviewed Tron. Go watch that episode.
which means it reminds me
Or
of
listen.
Daft Punk too because they did the whole soundtrack for the. Well, wait, that's the second Tron.
The
never
newer
mind.
one.
The original Tron, Daft Punk wasn't even a thing.
Yeah, that's
Punk's
why the new
grandpa.
one's better. They made a whole album for the new Tron Legacy, and it was just I remember being like how old was I? 14, and just listening to
Oh,
everything.
my goodness. That was like 30 years ago?
Yeah,
My favorite Daft Punk song is "Around the World."
mine is harder,
Around
better,
the
faster,
world.
stronger.
Around
That's
the world.
Kanye.
Kanye.
No,
Work it, make it, do it,
That one.
makes it harder.
makes me mad.
What? It's actually not
Riding on the
close to one
coattails of.
I love that Kanye song. Come on.
It's not. That's what somebody who's not a real Kanye fan would say.
Well, it's because it's like his number one song
That's
out there.
true.
Which
That
is
like
funny.
every song on that album almost, besides like there's a couple of songs that are not that good on that album, but every other song I would say is better than Stronger.
Say psych right now.
I wouldn't say.
Psych right now.
I mean, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger is a really good song though. I'll say.
Yeah, I don't know. Daft Punk's cool, but I don't know any of his
Daft
songs.
Punk is Living at My House by LCD Sound System is also a good song. Where it's just this guy singing about how Daft Punk is playing. I think it's Daft Punk is playing at my house. He's like singing about having a house party that Daft Punk is like, and it was actually a fairly popular song. LCD Sound System, yeah.
We were talking with Ben before the show, and he has the best takes on music. So
well, it's because I listen to better music than everyone else. 'Cause
he's
they,
very
like,
cultured.
They can't really understand why it's good music, like Zach and Jared, because they haven't listened to enough for long enough. I'm just kidding.
He's the music
Obviously.
equivalent of a Jeep person.
I'm
You
like,
wouldn't understand.
I'm
want
like
a
the
Jeep.
Mozart of
No, I want one.
I'm the Mozart of listening to music. Like I can listen to music better than other people.
Wasn't Mozart deaf? I'm thinking of Beethoven.
That's Beethoven.
Okay, I think we should give overalls though, because I said some bad things about this movie, but I do want to say that I actually really like this movie.
Hold on. Here's my take first, because
Yeah.
my take's just going to be positive.
Okay.
So, I think this movie's great. It was entertaining. There wasn't a part of it where I was like, this is lame. I hate this. But that's just me. I think what really sold this for me is the what? Zach is still. Go
ahead.
Is it the deaf thing?
No, I'm laughing at a text I got.
What? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Get off your phone.
Yeah.
Jared's talking and he's like, "Oh my gosh, that's the funniest meme I've ever seen ever."
So check this out. Let's stop the show. Look, it's a cat. He's hanging in there.
Cat memes are overrated. Sorry. No offense.
Sorry, cat people.
Offense. I'm willing to offend cat people.
I am too.
Although I do like
he has
cats.
a cat. Gloves. But
I
he
like-
calls them socks.
I like cats more than cats more than gloves. I like cats more than dogs. But that's kind of a hot take.
Wait, you do? But you don't
Yeah.
like cats.
But I was like making fun of cat people despite the fact that I like cats.
Let's just make this ending set like the
he is a
review.
cat person.
You are.
No,
I
he
mean-
seems like it.
I am. I don't have any pets.
Let's just make
so
the
I'm
end of
not
the
really
show
an animal person.
of us giving a review and then cutting off and then moving to the next person. Let's just. All right. So I did Zach. Stanhope, go ahead.
So my review of this movie is originally when I first watched it, way before I watched a lot of other movies. This was probably earlier on in my movie watching career. I was probably on my Led Zeppelin phase if we were going through my music.
Great, Zach. Your take?
Yeah, it was good.
No, so anyway, Jared,
Yeah. What's up?
It was great.
I can't keep this up.
So my overall, like, the thing I enjoyed most was the cinematography. I can't
Yeah.
believe I just said that word perfectly. I really struggle with that word.
Cinematography.
Cinematography.
Anemone.
No, it's
anemone.
cinematography.
Anemone. Shout out to Nemo. Yeah, I just the visuals. I don't need like really crazy narratives. I want to enjoy what I'm looking at.
Well, last time you were on, he was actually our last person we had on.
Yeah, first guest on 2 times in a row, I believe.
They
But-
killed the
Ever.
last guy.
Yeah.
He's buried out back.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is Ryan Gosling. You forgot.
Yeah, they're twins.
You get Jared and
Switched
Ryan.
at birth.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like that one movie. Crap.
It's called Switched at Birth.
No, what's the one where the girl's
It's called
growing up?
Parent Trap.
It's the one where the girl's growing underground and there's another girl who's above ground. She got lost in a carnival on the
Is that
beach.
the prince? The
Made
Parent
by,
Trap?
The dude from Key and Peele.
Oh, Jordan Peele?
Yeah.
Us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You watched that with
So
some
I'm the
people.
underground Ryan Gosling. The above ground Ryan Gosling is getting all the fame in Hollywood right now. So I gotta hunt him down and like kill him and then join a human like what do they call that? Like a monkey bridge where you link arms and you forget.
Yeah, that ending made no sense to me.
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't watched this movie, so I have no idea what they're talking about.
Okay.
Well, now that karma, because he always talks about movies.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's always it annoys me so much because I'm supposed to be the person who knows everything about movies, and then
Ben.
there's movies I haven't watched.
Ben, you don't have to live up to that. You can be who you want to be, Ben.
I know I should watch the movies I want to watch.
Yeah,
although
just-
I do want to watch Us. but-
Don't let other people determine what you do, Ben.
You're right,
You watch
you're
the
right.
movies you want to watch. Don't let
You're right.
anybody else listen.
You're
or-
right. I'll
wait.
listen to Swans if I want to.
No, don't do that.
Swans for the homeschoolers out there is a band where you take metal cookware and throw it down stairs and they
and put
record
it in a blender.
Yeah, and they record it
Yeah,
and they put it on
and
Spotify.
there's like a guy yelling in behind the
Well,
noise.
Swans is not sponsoring us after that glowing review.
That is actually a pretty glowing review. I would say fans of Swans would agree with that and would say that's why they like the band.
The lead singer, the lead racketeer, or whatever you call that,
Michael Gira.
he's gonna be like, that's a pretty honest take. I like that. Thanks, Jared.
Thank you, Jared.
Send it to Swans right now. Send it to their Gmail.
Okay.
Swans at
gmail.com.
Goes right to his
Dear
inbox.
Swans, Jared says your music is loud.
He's
And
like,
clanky.
who's this
Clanky.
Jared guy? Get out of here. And he'd be like, signed underground Ryan Gosling. And he'd be like, oh, I'm going to take this review more seriously now.
Yeah.
I think. Sorry, I always either when we're talking about something serious, I say something funny, or something funny, something serious. I think this movie was actually pretty good. I think it was an 8 out of 10. Actually,
I give it a 9 out of 10.
9. Okay.
Originally, I gave it a 10 out of 10, but then I watched a few more movies. Was like, it's not perfect. Like, there's a little bit, like, yes, you're right. The visuals are absolutely the most important thing about this movie, and the narrative is simple enough, and it works. But I feel like if you're going to be a 10 out of 10 movie, you got to just have that extra, bit of oomph of narrative.
But for some people,
Which is why I would
they had
put
it.
Blade
Like for
Runner
Jared.
as a 10 out,
Oh, 10 out of 10
10.
easy.
Blade Runner 2049.
Oh my goodness. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen it, go watch it. Don't even watch the first one. Be
With
like,
Ryan Gosling. It's 3
Oh
hours
my
of
goodness.
stunning visuals, good storytelling.
Everything
Jared
about
Leto
it is
being
so
an
good.
absolute crazy
Is
person.
that our next review?
I
Let's,
guess
do,
we're
let's
doing-
just do all the
Well, we have
sigmas.
to do Blade Runner, the original one,
Okay.
first.
Well, I haven't seen that, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's all, it was all
Well, you
get
saw
together.
the 20,000th or 2049th, but not the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the.
Which even the
2001
original Blade
version.
Runner is confusing because there's like 1,000 cuts of it. They're like the original theatrical cut is like apparently not that good, so you have to watch the final cut, which Ridley Scott got to have all the power of editing and put it together into what it was actually supposed to be. Anyway,
Zach, why is yours an 8? Mine's an 8, but why is yours an 8?
Oh, yours is he put it higher than you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Oh.
like this movie.
The mask was too spooky for me.
Oh, so brought it down a little
I was
bit.
like, ugh.
You're scared of stuff, aren't you? It's okay.
Spooky masks.
Okay. Anyway,
Don't
yeah,
I'll
I,
keep that. I'm writing that down.
I think I gave it an 8 because I actually it was probably a 5 at the beginning for the first 28 minutes, but once minute 29 happened, it was pretty good. It was like, I think the gore added about 4 points
It's when he punched the girl.
and then the minus was just there wasn't a lot of talking, but I get it. Like it's
That
part
was
of the
like
movie.
kind of what the movie was supposed to be.
I know it's
though.
supposed to
like-
be that, but I don't know. It's just not. I don't like that style. I guess
It's like a perfect combination of action movie and art house movie. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like, it's not an art house movie fully, I don't feel like, because I mean it borrows a lot of like the way it films and the way it like looks at people from art house, but I feel like it's way too like action driven to actually be an art house movie. Like art house movies are actually boring. Like they don't have action
Agreed.
sequences in them, but they're really good. But they're boring, if you know what I mean.
My hot take on, I think the whole like he's literally me meme. I think the reason why those movies are so popular is because the main character is mute. Like they don't talk at all, or very minimal.
I don't know. Nightcrawler, Jake Gyllenhaal talks a lot.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
See,
But
they don't all. Well, and American Psycho.
they figured this out in gaming. Why like the most popular games have the lead protagonist as just a silent character, like Halo and Zelda and like
Yeah.
all that. It's because you could personify your personality over their character
That's-
easier
that
if
does
they
make
were
sense.
more of a quieter person than if they had a personality that's glowing.
Because you add all of their thoughts to them.
Yeah.
Like you know what he's thinking because you're thinking for him.
Yeah, he's literally you.
Yeah.
And if you're a lady
Literally.
out there, he's literally you. Is there like any girls? Just like honestly.
yes, they're all women. It's
is
Ben and me.
Oh, is
Think
there-
about it.
52% of the listeners, 48% male.
That's actually true.
Sweet. Shout out to all the ladies out there.
DM
We just lost
Jared on
2%.
Instagram.
Zach and I, minus Ben, are single. We are bachelors. We are beaux. So
And Zach is very actively looking for a woman.
Dude,
every
I
day.
put an ad on Craigslist and flyers
He puts on cool aviators and a cop uniform, hangs out by the donut shop.
and Axe body spray.
Yeah, tons of Axe. Like I'm drowning right now.
Dude.
Like I can barely breathe.
That lady
Lay it
magnet.
I put it in my cereal for my breath.
Have you ever tasted like cologne? It does not taste as good as it smells.
Why would you
Cologne?
taste it though?
Why
When
wouldn't
you're
you?
putting it on,
Yeah.
and you like breathe.
I've never used Axe.
And
That's how I freshen my breath.
I'm just talking about cologne in general. Like,
Oh, it's like a tiny spray though.
No. Not if you're
I
in
do
middle
a-
school. Yeah. You need a little PTA.
Parent Teacher Association.
No. Pits, tits, and bottom.
You always surprise me.
I'm gonna like show up like at this next meeting like in like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles outfit, and then we'll like review something unrelated.
That would
Like
be
Shutter Island.
like Shutter Island.
Oh, that's a good movie.
I haven't seen it.
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
I will say it's good. It's not my favorite Scorsese movie, but it's good.
But Stanhope, why is yours a 9?
Because I like it. Okay. At the end of the
That's
day,
enough. You don't need to justify it.
Okay. No, the thing is, I rated it a 9. Like I said, I rated it a 10. Without even watching it again, I actually moved it down to a 9 because I think like sometimes I think about movies more in post, and then like my ratings sort of morph over time. I would consider moving this to an 8, but like I feel like I need a really good reason to. Like once something's like at where it's at in my head, I'm like, why am I just moving it to an 8 because like it fits in with more what everyone else thinks?
Are you more of a right when you watch it? That's your.
I mean, I have that initial impression, but it definitely can change. That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, the
It's,
more you think about it, the more it'll change,
yeah.
though.
I'm the same. I think we're all saying the same thing. Is you could see it, you need time to process it, and then it kind of
Because
simmers.
some of movies move up for me. Like I watch them and I'm like, that was like an 8, and then move up to a 9. Or
Does it take a rewatch or just more thinking?
No, it's more thinking.
You'll just be
or,
like-
or it's the way it makes me feel. Like some movies just live in like they're in my mind. Like, and I just think about them a lot, and then I realize like,
Right.
oh, I really like that movie.
It's like you'll be commuting to work, or the gamer's out there. You'll be commuting to the convenience store to get your gamer fuel. That's probably Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
But if you're just commuting to
not
work and you're like,
gamer
oh, there's that one scene. Like I think about it's such a trash movie. Sorry, I think we were talking about it was like your favorite movie, but I think it was in like one of the new trilogies of Star Wars where she just hyperdrives through.
It's
the
not my
entire,
favorite movie, by the way.
yes.
She hyperdrives through the entire like Empire fleet with one ship with one person, and they're like losing casualties left and right. And they're like, "Hey, I have a bright idea. At the end of this, once we're at our most dire situation, let's just hyperdrive through them." And it like breaks the entire physics of like light space travel and
Which was it
stupid.
defined physics.
right. So, but I think about that scene all the time because of how epic they shot it, and it was like really cool. It was like forget it just ruins all the lore. It was such a dumb thing they did. Like you would start, oh hey, there's this evil empire that's killing. Oh hey, we still have Alderaan. Why don't we just take our massive ship and fly it straight through the Death Star? No. We'll wait later until that happens before we decide to do that.
I know. I thought about that because I was like, that was a very beautiful shot, but
Yes.
I hated the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it made no sense. It was stupid, but I remember the shot all the time because I'm like, that was awesome.
And because they wasted time on that character that was in 10 minutes of the movie.
Didn't Laura Dern play that character?
Yeah, but the thing is, she was a pointless character. If you
Yeah,
like,
she was a
absolutely
character.
pointless.
I mean, there's a lot of pointless characters in episode 8, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a cool movie.
Like all of them, besides Ray.
Oh my goodness, Finn! I hate Finn. I want him to die.
Whoa.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of malice going on right now.
I don't like Finn.
A
That
movie, an
energy that just
example of
came
a
over me.
movie that
Bad
I
vibes.
rated a little bit lower, and then I thought about it and I raised it higher is Blue Velvet. Like I watched that movie and it was like a weird movie. It's like super bizarre. And then like I thought about it and I was thinking about like some of the things it was like saying and like what David Lynch was trying to get at, and I was like, man, that's there's kind of a lot there. I like that movie a little bit more. So, and some movies I feel like you think that there's more than there is, and then it's kind of disappointing when you realize that was actually not that complicated. Like Donnie Darko, for example. I'm just kidding. I mean, that's still my favorite movie, but like it's maybe a little bit less complicated than it lets on to when you first watch it. But I like it for the vibes and the soundtrack and the characters. So, in the world it builds, world building, such an important.
It is. I mean, you can't just like throw a plot out there and be like, all right, here's some characters. Like you gotta make a setting so it's believable. Which I think you guys see the new Dune?
No.
Okay. Oh, great. I'm the only one. This is rare. So I saw it, and the entire movie is world building. And
Yeah.
you're waiting.
Isn't there like a part 2?
Yeah, there has to be. You're begging for someone just to sneeze, so there's something going on. Like so but it's a beautiful world. Like I'm convinced, I'm bought. I understand everything going on. There's just nothing to it yet until like maybe like it's a 2.5 hour movie, and I think in the last 15 minutes there's stuff going on finally. So
Yeah.
they set up the second movie pretty dang good, but everything going on the like you're just falling asleep in your seat. You're sitting there in the movie theater with your recliner chair.
Oh, you're at the reclining one.
Oh yeah.
Directed by none other than the same guy who directed Blade Runner 2049.
That's true.
Denis Villeneuve. I think I'm pronouncing his name
Zoo
right.
tight.
one of the best directors, probably the best director currently working, I would say. Enemy, Prisoners, Arrival, name a better trio of films, and Blade Runner 2049. I can't think of a better quadrant of movies than that. All of them are 4.5 or higher.
Chef's kiss.
And 2 of them have Jake Gyllenhaal, which really helps a lot.
Is that your favorite
Yeah.
actor?
I nerd over Jake Gyllenhaal.
The first movie I think I seen him from memory. No, was he in Day After Tomorrow? Who was that?
Wait, Day After... Was that Tom Cruise? No, I'm thinking of Live, Die, Repeat.
Who's Day After Tomorrow was the one where it's like everything's freezing.
I have
they
I literally
go
never
into
heard
a
of this
library and
movie.
they're safe and they debate over burning the Bible. That's the only thing I remember.
That's Dennis Quaid.
Okay, never mind.
No, it does have Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Yeah. I'm not crazy.
No, you're not.
I'm not crazy. So my favorite, other than that one, which introduced me to him, I was like, okay, he's a handsome man. Was Jarhead.
Jarhead. That's another one I haven't seen, but
What?
I've
I think
heard
that's
of.
like his best one. That and Last Watch.
That's End of Watch, you mean?
End of Watch. Yeah.
Okay, I have End of Watch on DVD, but I haven't watched it yet because I don't know how to watch it. Like, I don't really have access to a DVD.
DVD
player.
players are in the museums now.
Yeah.
I'll ruin the plot to End of Watch. His dad hands him a timepiece and it breaks and he's like, that's the end of my watch.
Have you ever?
That's
Have you ever
stupid. That was
watched
such
Brothers?
a dad joke.
I watched
Stupid.
Brothers not too long ago. So Brothers is about it has Tobey Maguire and Jake Gyllenhaal and Natalie Portman.
Why have I not seen this?
And
Anything with Tobey Maguire.
and it involves it's kind of like Drive where there's like a triangle but like 2 of the people involved are brothers, so it's a lot weirder.
And one of them's literally Spider-Man, so he better get the girl.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Tobey Maguire actually shows that he might be able to act in that movie.
Oh,
like,
good. I was afraid.
Like other than
Say psych right
Spider-Man.
now.
I mean, he's perfect for Spider-Man.
Have you seen Spider-Man 3?
I have not seen Spider-Man 3.
That's a disappointment.
I've seen 2 and 1.
He's literally got emo hair in that, and he knows how to dance.
I know. I've seen the.
That's not his fault. That was a rushed production type of thing. Sony had lots of expectations to set up for different things. I don't blame that on Toby. Okay.
It's a beautiful
So
movie.
why did the other things not get set up? Because it was so
Well,
bad.
yeah.
It bombed so hard.
And Sam Raimi left. They were going to do a Spider-Man 4, but Sam Raimi didn't want to do one.
What?
Yeah.
and
but-
so then they did the Amazing.
So he
Spider-Man
quit doing superhero movies until this year.
with
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange,
Which is our next review.
Wait, he's
Yeah.
in Doctor Strange?
No, Sam Raimi's directing it.
Okay.
What do you mean? Oh,
Who he did.
I
he
don't.
did
I don't think
Raimi,
you'll like it.
I don't
He did
care about Raimi, dude. I care
Evil
about
Dead.
Maguire.
Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, I don't think you'll like it because they say it's just all horror movie. So
Oh, I don't mind
What?
horror.
Oh, he
I don't
did,
like spooky masks. There's a difference.
I don't think there will be any spooky masks.
What was
Okay,
the
I'll
other
watch it.
one he did? Nightmare on Elm Street? No.
No,
Yes.
that was
No, that was Wes Craven.
that was
Sorry.
before his time.
Never mind. There's another famous horror movie I think that he did. Anyway, all that to say, I think our time here has come to an end. But Doctor Strange is next week. I think we're gonna have a very cool and interesting guest. A little bit cooler than Jared probably.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
I believe it.
Not as cool as Ryan Gosling though.
I think he is. But they're both cool.
They're both cool. They're both cool guests. Okay.
I'm
And-
the nice one.
And we'll get to see whether Marvel still has coal left in the train or whether they refueled enough.
I did say it's.
They still got money, that's for sure. They
Yeah,
still got money.
I said this is the one that will determine it for me if I'm going to move forward or not with it.
With
Man.
continuing to watch Marvel movies? I've
Wow.
checked out a long time ago.
It's a
I
big
know.
one.
Disney Plus has turned me off.
I
a little
haven't
bit.
checked off of the movies. I've checked out of the TV shows though. I mean, theoretically I haven't, but I've only watched 2
Look.
of the 5 or whatever.
In 2 sentences, the shows are good, but the finales just drop it every time. They drop the ball in the last episode. It's
Other
too-
than Loki.
I don't. Yeah, you're right, but they try to set up too much. Oh, that's all I'll say. But yeah,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
we always get into talking about Marvel. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Lightsaber battle.
Hey, Obi-Wan trailer came out today. That looks good.
another Star Wars TV show that I also don't. Man, I'll try to watch Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
If the opening
Obi-Wan is the
line-
one show you should watch.
If the opening line is not, hello there, I don't want it.
That's it.
Ewan McGregor.
Come on, he's literally watching over the baby Luke. Like, it's a cool storyline. Hey, baby Luke.
Well, they're going to break other lore beloved Star Wars lore.
First we had Baby
No, that's
Yoda.
that's what they said.
Then
in
we
the
had Baby
movies.
Luke. Although I will say for Star Wars, the TV shows have actually saved Disney's. As much as I like the Disney trilogy because I'm a contrarian. What are we?
Ignore me. You're
Totally-
contrarian.
I'm a contrarian because I have claimed to like the Disney ones, and I'm sort of getting Stockholm syndrome because I feel like I'm held hostage by people who don't like them, and I don't know what to believe. But the Mandalorian is undoubtedly saving Star Wars's butt because
Not Boba Fett, but yeah.
yeah, because it took something like a Western. Star Wars has always sort of been a space Western, and it like fully embraced that. Completely ripped off. What's the Italian director?
Mamma Mia.
No, you know the guy who did The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Completely rips him off.
Oh,
Spaghetti Western.
What's his name?
That was it. You got it.
We're not ending the podcast until we figure out this guy's name. That's one of the best soundtracks ever.
It really is 100%.
I want to say Guillermo del Toro. Sergio Leone.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
That The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly soundtrack is like, I mean, that movie is like kind of boring, but it's also it's a good movie.
If you guys want to have a good time,
I don't.
watch
up,
the movie Good Time with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, it's our first episode.
just go on YouTube, go on Spotify, go wherever you find your music, and just type in "Ecstasy of Gold" and just listen to that entire song. And you're like,
Ecstasy of Gold.
yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're doing though.
Or watch the episode of VeggieTales where they're in the Wild West.
Is that the wait? I don't. Little Joe.
Yes.
Little Joe.
Yes. No, that is.
Joe.
I was trying to remember the name
It's
of
a
it.
VeggieTales version of the story of Joseph. So
In the Wild
with
West.
pizza, and instead of being in slavery, they're in jail.
What vegetable?
No, wait, they're not in slavery. That's Prince of
I
Egypt.
thought he's just put in a pit.
They're just thrown in jail.
Yeah.
I lied.
What vegetable were the Egyptians?
Were they?
I can't remember.
I can't remember,
Asparagus?
to be honest.
I bet it's asparagus.
No.
Everyone freaking hates asparagus.
No, actually, you know that pickle, Mr. Nezer. He was like the mayor. I'm pretty sure he was like Pharaoh.
Mr. Nezer, like King Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah. Well, that's how he got his name.
I know, but
because-
I love that they named it that. It's so
Yeah.
funny. Or paw grape.
I know a lot about VeggieTales.
Me too, yeah.
It's actually kind of holds up. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so accurate.
There's a lot of pop culture references that are like funny if you watch the show now. I mean, yeah, it's something else. That's all I gotta say.
I checked out of VeggieTales when I was in diapers, so
Well,
what about you?
I'm still in diapers.
Stopped watching
so.
it yesterday. That's the punchline.
All right, we're gonna ask Mr. Nezer to close the.
Why does that sound? Doesn't sound appropriate. I don't know why.
What?
I don't know.
Mr. Nezer doesn't sound appropriate. All right,
Mr.
we're just gonna close the vault now. Star Wars lightsaber guy. Do you want to close the vault?
Yeah.
Whoa!